All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in the building. We ready to have great show here tonight. Already having technical difficulties, but hang in there with us. We about to get it in tonight. We got a special guest that's in the building already, and a very special guest that is en route. Of course, SY is here. She's gonna make us wise. We want to talk about teenagers stowing away on planes. We got other teenagers peeing in reservoirs, killing all kinds of water supplies. We, we, and we're gonna talk. You know what else we're gonna talk about, y'all? We're gonna talk about Mimi and that damn sex tape. So we got a lot to get into tonight. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is right now. Yeah. It's about that time. It's about that time to get. Yeah.
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying,
They must be half stepping.
ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. Once again, thank you for being with us. 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Definitely glad to have every single person listening to us out there at Legacy Internet Radio. We're live coming to you on TuneIn, all of your media outlets, as well as the MixLR. We appreciate the love that we get week after week. We come in here on Monday nights from 7 p.m. until we finish, and we talk a whole bunch of crap, and y'all come to us and listen every single week. So we absolutely appreciate the fact that y'all do that. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. We're sponsored by the Doctor of Optometry, Dr. Euphemia Huggins-Williams. We're sponsored by Live Action Captions, and we're also sponsored by Free Spirit Enterprise. We appreciate our sponsors. We appreciate our listeners. And enough of the salutations. Let's get to the introductions. And as we do every single week, we always introduce our guests first. Joining us as she, let me cut your mic on. Joining us as she does every single month. We never really know exactly at what point, but we got her here tonight. We got our sister Blessed. Miss Brandy's in the building. What's up, girl?
Not a thing. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous.
Well, I haven't seen you since, you were here last week, but we had a party
Yeah.
that SY did not attend. No, she didn't. Yes, I did.
I think he got put on blast a little bit. We got put on blast a little bit.
I really wish she had been there at my birthday party.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It was all love. It was nice to. I know you were there in spirit. At
I
least.
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a little tipsy from the Patron too, boy.
Oh boy.
You had shots for me?
Hell yeah.
Speaking of SY, what's up, sis?
What's up, darling?
How you doing?
I'm good.
You all right?
Trying to calm down. I'm a little bit rushed, but
You're a little bit wide. I see you over there.
I'm trying to pass this exam. So this is my class before the last,
Yeah.
and the exam is coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I was trying to get every little bit of information that I could, and then we had a practice exam, which was 150 questions. You can only get 45 wrong to pass.
Out of 150?
Yeah.
I'm not good with math, so what's
Yeah.
that percentage?
I don't know, but I got 35, so I passed.
So you made it.
But I'm like, sugar. But 2 weeks is gonna be the real test. I'm gonna be sweating bullets as big as the moon.
No, you're gonna have it. Be positive.
That's
We're
right.
gonna have
You
it.
tell her, Bless. You tell her. Tell her. To
Okay,
have
it's out
positive
there. It's out there.
We're gonna put it out there
It's
in,
out there.
in the universe for her to have. All right, so everybody who's listening right now, if y'all want our sister SY to have positivity going on for this test, I want y'all first of all say ho. No, let me stop. Ho, ho.
See, I was trying to feel that.
No, send us some love in social media. So if you're listening, send us a hit on one of our pages, wherever you at, social media. Send us some love for our sister because we want her to have a positive situation
man.
for her test. So we're all
I'm
looking
feeling
forward
it.
to
I'm feeling it. It's been a good year. Some good stuff is coming. Good things are happening so far this year.
2014 has been
Oh
all right.
my God, yes.
Wow.
So
Well, I am definitely glad to see you. Hopefully, we can get you a little bit calmed down, get your blood pressure down a little bit, and then we're gonna get you raised back up because I'm probably gonna piss you off. I don't know why. I just like picking on you.
you do what you do, baby. That's all good.
This is what I does. This is what I does. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into some what the hell because people always like to hear us ask the question, what the hell? Because these people be acting a damn fool, and so this week is no different. I teased it at the beginning, Bless. I teased the story about this man or this boy or whatever the hell he is, who done went and took a piss inside a reservoir. It's in Portland, Oregon, and the water officials, they're discarding. Get this number, y'all: 38 million gallons of water after 19-year-old dude got caught urinating inside of one of the city's reservoirs. It's a security camera caught him peeing in the damn reservoir at 1 o'clock in the morning through an iron fence onto the Mount Tabor Reservoir number 5 in southeastern Portland. This is the administrator, David Schaff, who's saying this. He's of the Portland Water Bureau. A few minutes later, two other men, 18 and 19, attempted to scale the fence, and one of them actually entered the reservoir. The pee influenced the reservoir. All three of them were caught, cited with trespassing, and prohibited from returning to Mount Tabor Park. The 19-year-old was also cited with public urination. Their names and the reason for the incident were not immediately made available. Our customers have an expectation that their water is not deliberately contaminated, said Schaff, while acknowledging that the health risk is slight. Quote, we have the ability to meet that expectation while minimizing public health concerns, end quote. So Bless. Little bit of pee inside of 38 million gallons of water. I tell you, this is the reason why we say what the hell.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they were drinking that night that make them want to go and pee in the reservoir. Is that something? I know it's quick for men to just whip it out and pee wherever. Yeah. I understand, it's easier for men to whip it out than it is for women, but I don't. What gets into your mind? You're in the park. It's after hours. You're probably already trespassing. So I guess they figured why not get in trouble. If we're gonna get in trouble, let's get in real trouble and mess up the whole water supply for the whole town or city.
God. I know there's a sign somewhere that lets them know that that's a friggin' reservoir. Not like, Baisley Pond.
But you have to understand, young people don't really care about anything anymore. So
that's terrible.
If they did know, they did it intentionally. If they didn't know, then
they did it on purpose.
Yeah,
they had to release 38 million gallons of water.
It's terrible.
There's no way that they didn't know what they was doing.
Oh.
They just thought it was funny.
They had to know.
They thought it was funny. I
would make them drink some of that.
I'll be honest with you, as a resident dude in the room, I'm not going to sit here and try to defend, a 19-year-old who obviously is intoxicated. There's no way that you do this and you don't have some sort of intoxication going on. Maybe they was high, or drunk or whatever it was. But this is one of those stories that literally make you say, what the hell?
Yeah, have your 8 glasses of water. Come on, right now.
And what were they doing so close to the reservoir that they felt like they could just stop and go pee? Who hangs out near a reservoir? That's the other thing. Like, do you just, you just
Nobody.
walking along
It might be a park, and they just have the reservoir close to it. It's probably what it was. But like I said, it's after hours. It looked like it was nighttime, so
it was 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, but think about here in the Richmond, Virginia area. Do we have any reservoirs that are close enough to us that are in a common area where if we had the notion we can just start peeing in it? I mean, I don't know.
I can't think of it.
I can't think of none. I can't think of none. Anyway, ain't no have Steppin Marcus. I wouldn't. And, you know, I mean,
Gotta go.
I think every single man would be lying to you if he told you that he didn't pee in public. You know, 99% of men that pee in public just didn't get caught.
Yeah, I've known a couple that ran from the police.
But not in the water supply. Yeah, you don't want to be peeing in the water supply. I mean, if it's your town, you probably know that that's what that is. Like, you know that everybody's going to be drinking this. Now, like I said, this, your little 4 ounces just killed 38 million gallons. That's crazy.
At least he didn't jack off in it.
That would be even worse. Now I'm convinced they did the right thing by getting rid of $38 million, 38 million gallons.
Oh, bless.
That's why I was making a face. She over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You were eating. Weren't you?
I hope that's just tartar sauce.
Yeah, there's a fish sandwich. Yeah, you never know how to do in McDonald's where you got that sandwich was filling before he came to work.
Okay, see? That's not right.
We should get us some. You got another one?
I don't. I'm gonna leave you alone.
Do what y'all want to. Just hungry.
You take your chances today. You know, have Steppin with Marcus J.
Right
saying what's up to my sister Joy. Joy's checking
Joy?
in. What's up, girl? Joy's checking in. All right, listen. This next one I heard on news this morning about this dude who got on an airplane and flew from California to Hawaii. But the reason why this story makes you say, what the hell, is because he actually flew inside the wheel well of the plane. He was a stowaway. He got on a Hawaiian Airlines. Temperatures at 28,000 feet are cold enough to freeze the human body, and there is a severe lack of oxygen in the airplane's wheel well. The chances of not dying by stowing away like this are pretty much slim. However, this dude defied the odds. Now, the Associated Press is reporting that FBI spokesman Tom Simon in Honolulu told them on Sunday night the boy was questioned by the FBI after being discovered on the tarmac at the Maui airport with no ID. And he said that he's lucky to be alive. Simon said that security footage from San Jose Airport, which is where he got on, which is in the Bay Area in Northern California, out there by Oakland, San Francisco. They verified the boy, he's from Santa Clara, hopped the fence to get onto the Hawaiian Airlines Flight 45 on Sunday morning. He had run away from his family after an argument. They also said that when the flight landed in Maui, the boy hopped down from the wheel well and started wandering around the airport grounds. He was unconscious for the lion's share of the flight. And the flight lasted about five and a half hours. It gets better. The airline personnel noticed the boy on the ramp after the flight arrived. Of course, they called airport security. Their primary concern is for the boy. And then when they asked him about it, he said that he had no memory of the flight. So, what the hell?
Yeah, I need to know how he got that flight because I might need to take a trip to Jamaica and I need to know what to do.
You want to freeze to death?
See, he
No, not
forgot now.
freezing.
The oxygen level was so bad, he done lost his memory. So you don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
I was just joking, but
Yeah.
that's amazing. He didn't fall
He's
out
lucky.
of the plane. I mean, the mechanics, the wheels coming up could have cut him some way. He could have got caught up. Anything could have happened to
He
him.
really wanted to go to Hawaii.
Well, the other part of the story that this particular article doesn't allude to, but I did hear in the news report, was that he had no idea where it was going. He hopped the fence at the airport and just jumped onto the first plane that he saw and just went on his merry way. That plane could have been going to any place in the world. It just happened to be going. Now, it said Hawaiian Airlines on the side of it, so I guess he probably figured it was going to Hawaii. But
what's wrong?
I saw him. I just saw him from they had a photograph of the profile, and he appeared to have quite a bit of melanin and kinky hair. And so it struck me as odd because the first thing I thought when I saw that was this was a young brother that did this, because there's certain things like we're not gonna play that game. We know how we are. There's certain things that when we hear the news story, we're like, oh shit, that was a black dude.
Us.
Like when you heard the DC snipers don't front, you know that you was tripping when you found out that those were black people. No offense to our white listeners, but y'all do more crazier shit than we do.
Like,
We got our own level of crazy that we have, and then there's what y'all do. And so when I heard about this, I was like, there's no way that a black dude stowed away on an airplane. It was to the point I never even thought about it until I saw him. I was like, word.
Well, I've watched The Fifth Element a couple of times, and there's a part where the monk goes and climbs into the airship that goes through space. Okay, I'm the only Fifth Element person in here.
Nah, I seen Chris Tucker looking a damn fool, dressed up like a drag queen. Yeah, I seen that's the Bruce Willis one, right?
Yes, yeah. This is one of the best movies. I like that movie.
Nah, I wasn't gonna
it's
go
not
with
the best, but it's like a cult classic for me. I love it.
I'm gonna store that under you out your damn mind.
But anyway, I can see how people could get the idea because like I just said, I was thinking about going to Jamaica that way, but now that I know I could die.
But I'm a little worried because something's got to be wrong that he would just run and jump on a plane to wherever.
Again, the young folks have no thought processes most of the time. I mean, he was mad at his parents. He was mad at his parents, and he hopped a fence and got on a plane. Nah, that's just
they had an argument allegedly per this article. They had an argument. He left the family. When he left the family, he ended up, making his way to the air. And there's a lot of stuff that's missing. I listened to the news story this morning when I originally heard it, and then I'm reading the article, and there's definitely a few holes in the story, but this is hashtag Marcus J. My brother said is checking in. What up, bruh? He said that The Fifth Element was good.
Exactly. Thank you, Sid.
But Joy is agreeing with him, with me actually, that the movie is a bit questionable. Brandy,
I'm gonna look for it.
I like
blessed and said they a little bit questionable. Two quick things I want to get to, and then we're gonna move on and take our first break. The next one I want to get to, that's why I want you on this one first. You're a mom. You can imagine if the school that your child was a part of said to you, you need to come here dressed a certain kind of way, a parental dress code. How would you feel about that? Would you feel some kind of way about that? Because that is what is happening at a Florida school. I'm getting this article from
the Huffington Post, and
the article says in part that parents in a Broward County school district, actually the school board member is saying that she often sees parents wearing saggy pants and pajamas when they pick up or drop off their children at the Boyd Anderson High School in Lauderdale Lakes. And they've got parents that also have issues with the respect that they're showing to some of the administrators, and so they want to mandate a dress code. Now, this isn't in the article, but this is my thought. It's a little bit more difficult to be a jackass if you dressed up nice than it is if you're super comfortable. So as a mom, what's your thoughts on this one? You have any opinion one way or the other?
Well, now that I know the reason behind it, I can see where they're coming from. I can't really say anything about it because I don't go out that way. So I would be dressed fine anyway, but now that I know the reason behind it, I kind of almost feel like, say something about it. Try to do something about it. You can't really dictate what the people wear. They're not attending the class,
right.
But,
What you think, Bless?
I think that it is a reflection of how times are now. You see people going to court with pajama bottoms on.
Michael Jackson went to court in his damn near in his underwear.
Who
so
did?
Michael Jackson,
yeah,
you saw him
he was a little out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bless.
Just a little.
Hey.
Well, no, because never mind. Anyway,
too easy, right?
But yeah, I mean, the signs of the times are people, especially women, walk out with the bonnets on their hair. They're wearing the pajama pants. They don't really care for how they look when they leave, and especially if it's in the morning, you're dropping your kids off for school. You want to be comfortable because you might be going back and getting into bed when you're done. I want to get all dressed up to drop my kid off and then have to get,
Mama said, leave the house.
I know what Mama said.
So, and, you're know the underwear story and all of that stuff when you leave the house. So I'm sorry.
We're a
you
different
can't.
league of people here. We're talking Broward County is not a diverse place that I know of. It's
I
mainly
don't know.
black people.
Yeah, it's hood.
So
Okay.
It's hood. And when you know, there's code words involved here. One of those code words is sagging pants. And we all know that, you know, white kids sag their pants as much as black kids do, but we also know there's code words here. So when you say sagging pants, first thing you're going to think about is black kids. Just like when you say the word thug, the first thing you're going to think about is black kids. You know, we had this debate a few months ago when I was taking a task by saying that thug, in my opinion, is the new N-word. I stand by that. Because when you think of sagging pants, that's what you think of. So you're right on, Bless, when you say, you know, Broward is, you know, that's a colorful county down there in the Miami area. And it's true, it's hood. You know, but I'm going to have an interesting take on this because I feel like this. If you're going to have certain school districts that will make the kids dress a certain kind of way, then why the hell can't the parents come in and be the same representation of your status? You're a parent. You need to act like one, and if you don't know that you need to come in here dressed a certain kind of way, then I'm going to tell you so.
And you act the way you dress. You
yeah,
really do.
Yeah. So I personally, surprisingly, don't have a problem with it, but it has to be consistent. So you can't, and you know, hang in there, people outside the Richmond area. This is a reference for us here in Richmond. You may not get it, but maybe you do. But if you live in Eastern Henrico, you know, the same rules should apply to you as they are in Western Henrico. You know, we know one is a little bit more chocolate than the other. You know, so you know, if you live in the same county, the rules need to apply to everybody. You know how Steppin with Marcus J. Need a couple of comments and get that last story in before we take a break. Said is taking a shot at me. He says when I mentioned that The Fifth Element wasn't the greatest movie, he said this ain't coming from Mr. Young and the Restless over here. That's a shot at me last week when I alluded to how I watched the soaps. And yes, I watched the soaps today before coming into the studio. I am caught up on Young and the Restless, and you know, they killed off Cassie years ago, and now they got a doppelganger, and I'm not happy about that because I was just so brutally upset by them killing off a 14-year-old. I'm going into storyline saying because I know it's pissing you off.
Watching it like 15 years ago, I could hang with you.
Girl, please, when they killed that child, she was in a car. You know, she's 14, so she can't drive. And of course, she has an accident and dies. And I said that day, I will never get over this. And this was like 10 years ago. I said, absolutely, will never get over this. And I still haven't. And now they brought the actress back to be the doppelganger to mess with the family and make her think that she's alive. But anyway, that was for Said. I went into that diatribe just to piss him off.
See what you started?
Just to piss him off. Joy is saying that she is annoyed as a former teacher. A principal had an issue with young teachers wearing jeans. She took issue because Fridays the kids broke bad. So that's coming from someone that's actually in the school system. Ain't no hashtag Mark's Jack. Last thing I want to get to before we take a break. This one kind of bugged me out a little bit. That's why I want you in on this one first. Getting this one from news1.com. It's about a little boy in Atlanta who got kidnapped. He was kidnapped from his yard in Atlanta. And when the kidnapper was driving around town trying to figure out what he was going to do with this little boy started singing gospel songs. And he kept singing the same song over and over again. The song's called Every Praise. And he just kept on singing it over and over again. A young 9-year-old boy named Willie Myrick from Southwest Atlanta. The kidnapper drove the boy around for some time before dropping him off. Apparently, it's about 3 hours. And he kept cussing the boy out, telling him to shut up and stop singing that song. He stopped singing that song, cussed him out real bad. And finally, he dropped him off unharmed because he got tired of hearing that same song.
Hey, there you go.
over and over and over and over again. And so, you know, longtime listeners know how we feel about missing children here on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, and by extension through Legacy Internet Radio. And so when I saw that story, I absolutely wanted to talk about it because it's one that obviously could have had a very, very bad ending, but ended up having a good ending and it had a good ending because the Lord was with this little boy as he sang his gospel song over and over and over again. Now, imagine, and I know I said I'd let you get in, but I'm going to just make my comment, let you make yours, Bless make yours, and then we'll get on out of the segment. But I'll just say this, obviously the spirit was with this young fella, but imagine the faith that you must have as a 9-year-old to have the presence of mind to pray, because that's what he was doing. He's singing, but that's a prayer. I don't know the song. I've never heard the song. I'm not a Christian person, and I'm not a religious person, but I'm also not blind to what is an obvious miracle. And this kid singing his song, praying, the kidnapper cussing him out and everything. He ends up getting home safe. I'll shut up and let you listen. Let you speak.
That is fantastic. Good job on his parents. I mean, oh my God, that's wonderful. That is just wonderful.
The power of prayer, Bless.
It is.
It's a powerful thing. Yes, like you said, he had the right mind to sing that song. And I mean, imagine how annoying it is, whether it's that song or
any other, right?
You Ain't Nothing But a Hoochie Mama. One of them other songs, and you just singing it over and over and over again. How annoying that can get. But it just so happened this was a gospel song, and I picked the worst song to put after that. My apologies. But yes, that's amazing.
So did you call out the Hoochie Mama as we were talking about?
That was one of my favorite songs back in the day. You ain't nothing but a Hoochie Mama.
Isn't that the song from Friday?
Yes, exactly.
I ain't gonna lie though. The only time I really think about that song is when I watch Friday and see how just goofy she looked when she got out the car and she apologized. She got out. And she was doing the thing. No, that's when that's Martin. I'm sorry, when does the thing with the fingernails. But she was just so annoying. But every time she was doing the thing with the fingernails. Oh yeah, that's right. And every time I hear that song, of course I think of Friday. So when you said it just now, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, why does that sound familiar? Because that's Two Live Crew, yo. Yeah, man. What you know about some Two Live Crew?
Hey, I bet you. Go there with this about me. This is about these little boys.
I said redirect. Redirect, boy. She just
move that off of me now.
She just brought it right back. I bet you was out there doing your thing, Bless. Get it, girl.
I have no comments.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably best that you don't. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. All right, we are going to take our first break of the night, and when we come back, I will have the pleasure and honor to introduce our guest who just stepped into the room, and we may just have our guest lead us in a piece of the show. Marcus J, Bless, SY, Joyce, said, everybody out there on social media, ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Be back in a few minutes.